Welcome back. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show on CRN Digital Talk. Thanks for staying with me. My guest today is Dr. Vicki Rackner, and we're talking about chronic pain. Dr. Vicki, thanks so much for being here. It's great to have you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So what are the best ways for people to find you if they want to get information, help? You have several websites, so I want to know where we want to send them.
Let's go to www.painstompers.com if you specifically want to know about pain. If you want to know about general caregiving issues, and Pain Stompers is also there, you can go to www.thecaregiverclub.com.
Okay, so we have thecaregiverclub.com and Pain Stompers. That's STOMPERS.com. And do you want to give your other website or not?
Well, I think that'll be fine. But,
Okay.
People are also welcome to give me a call. My telephone number is 425-451-3777. And you're not bothering me if you call. I mean, I know what people want and need by the questions that I get.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. All right, so we covered verbal persuasion. We have two more to go, 6 and 7.
6 is play it safe. One winter I got a call from my mom. She needed her gallbladder out, and she asked me to do it. Now, that's not the world's craziest thing because
you were a surgeon.
I was a surgeon. It was gallbladder season. I took about 80% of the gallbladders out between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day because gallbladder attacks are precipitated by fatty food.
Oh, so we have gallbladder season, kind of like hurricane season.
Right. Thanksgiving is opening day.
That's very funny. All right, go ahead.
But as honored as I was and as flattered, I had to say no. And the reason is that, as a mentor says, a good surgeon knows when to operate. A great surgeon knows when not to operate.
Right.
And I would be serving my mom best if we found her a good surgeon and I stayed in my role as daughter.
Right.
It's so hard to recognize your limits when you're caregiving.
Yes.
You want to be everything.
You're like riding in on the white horse, going to save the day for everything.
Absolutely. So we were just talking about Thanksgiving. It's kind of like you are going to do everything for Thanksgiving dinner. You're going to do all the cooking and cleaning and serving, but it works best.
And somehow Thanksgiving isn't fun anymore.
Exactly. So it's really important to make it fun. So think of it as a potluck. Like, what if you had a caregiving potluck? And it was okay if you recognized your limits and knew that you would be best off if somebody else did that thing, just like I let another surgeon take out my mom's gallbladder.
Right. Great. That's a great tip. Great tip. Okay, number 7.
Know where you're heading. I was at the grocery store. I was in a big hurry. What line is going to be fastest? I found the guy who's great, and the line just wasn't going anywhere. And I looked up, and what I saw is a bunch of people coming over and hugging him, and there was a lot of smiling and laughing. And by the time I got up there, I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Well, it's my last day here. I've been here for over 25 years, and I've just made a lot of friends." And I said, "Well, what's your secret?" And he said, "Well, I'll tell you, I get up every morning, and I wonder, how can I make somebody else's day better?" And I was really embarrassed because I was counting the moments, and he was making the moments count.
Right. Well, we're all guilty of that.
Right. So know where you're headed. Know what's really most important at any one moment. My guess is that usually making the moments count, making a human connection, is going to get you further than getting through the to-do list.
Absolutely. And we get so caught up in the minutia of things. What you're talking about here with helping people with chronic pain, this can help people just in life.
This is a basic life skill because you know what? Emotional pain and physical pain are exactly the same.
Right.
So if you find somebody who is sad because of a loss, these things work.
Right. So why did you create the connection prescription?
It's a heal thyself story. I became a doctor because I had a surgical life-threatening emergency, and I woke up in the recovery room knowing I was going to be a doctor. I was a doctor, then I became a family caregiver, and I'll tell you, I think it's the hardest job. I think it's easier to be the patient or the doctor
Oh, it is.
So what I did was I figured these things out for myself so that I could be a better caregiver.
Right. Yeah, that's what I did. Nobody taught me how to do this. I taught myself and figured it out.
And thank goodness you're sharing what you've learned with other people, right?
Well, yeah, because I learned that you have to take a holistic approach to this. It's really mind, body, soul, and it's not just mind, body, soul of the person for whom you're caring. It's mind, body, soul for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we over prescribe pain medication? Do you think? That's a loaded question, I know.
Okay, so here is my thought about this. The brain knows how to take care of pain. Like, if you have an emergency, you are able to get out of that emergency without thinking about it. There's a movie out about this woman who lost her arm to a shark bite.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. Okay, so the brain is able to make its own pain medicine so that you can get away.
Okay.
It's also very helpful to have pain medicine that you can take. So here's what I think happens. I think what happens is that people get chronic pain, they get isolated, and isolation hurts.
It leads to depression.
It does, and that hurts. And the same part of the brain that processes the pain of isolation processes physical pain.
Right.
So if you're lonely, if you're sad, it's going to make the physical pain worse. So I think that we're treating a lot of loneliness with opioids.
Yeah, Oxycontin, to be really clear about this. I mean, it's. I've talked to 3 people in the last 3 days who have said, my parent is now addicted to Oxycontin.
Big problem. It's a big problem. And if somebody is on chronic pain medication, I strongly recommend that they're seen at a pain clinic where there are specialists in an integrative approach.
Yeah.
And pain medicine is definitely an important piece for somebody with chronic pain, but there's a whole lot of other things. And the main thing I want to drive home today is that it's best to treat the pain of isolation with human connection.
Right. Not leave somebody just sitting there to live in their discomfort, their pain, their sadness, their loneliness. It's a crazy circle. Stay with us. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show. I'll be right back with Dr. Vicki Rackner. I found